And it'll move the sticks. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Again on the ground with Artis Payne. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest game. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Trucks throw him.
Oh, man, right throw him.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. And the inaugural carry here for Fozzie Whitaker. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Fozzie Whitaker taking it in from 11 yards. Out. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Brandon Oliver now on the return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And that's incomplete. Danny Woodhead is intended target. And it's 4th down. To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. Back deep for the Panthers, Ted Ginn.
Not only was that a 3-and-out, it was a 3rd straight incompletion on this drive, and they didn't even think about trying to run the football. Now they have to give it up.
Now it's Ginn. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. A strong running. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. They'll try the air now with Newton. And Olsen over the middle. pickup there as that extends this drive.
I have to take a second here and talk about Greg Olsen, the tight end for the Carolina Panthers. Third straight year over 1,000 yards in receptions. And guess what? That's the first time that's ever happened in NFL history. 3 straight years by a tight end.
That's really something. Now 31 years of age. They're going to need him next year to turn it around because a very disappointing season. Not
the season anyone expected, least of all the Carolina Panthers, but he's a building block that they can go ahead and get back to form starting in 2017.
This is Stewart again. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Fozzie Whitaker with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I know an injury knocked Melvin Gordon out of the last couple of games, so he missed his opportunity to get to 1,000 yards. But does the injury hurt more, or just the fact he didn't get that 1,000 yards?
Yeah, he was on pace for it, obviously. But coming into the season, people were saying this is going to be a good year for him, and we're going to see a bright Melvin Gordon in the future. We saw glimpses of it. They restructured their offense in order to give him better opportunities, and he took advantage of it. Scary. He's only 23, folks. They'll try to throw here. Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Antonio Gates that time. And it's 3rd down. 3rd down and 12.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL. Here's Drew Kaiser now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense. Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula? That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot. Yeah. But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground. Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams in Arizona, those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game.
the Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think about the ones in London. Remember, they're splitting them between the two different stadiums in London, so they get a different flavor in all of these places. But Mexico, for the second straight year, the Raiders are coming to town. That should be a whole lot of fun.
Should be a ton of fun and a very good matchup. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Oh, thank you. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only one on that play.
Back to throw, Newton. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sean Lesmore with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually...
Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. They will go for it. Now Newton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there was a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. A second down throw for Rivers. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Rivers. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, they tried to swing it on left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
There goes Jonathan Stewart. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
And that's a lead. It excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a two-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And while there is no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity map to go out the window, they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
Plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Ginn. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. Now a play fake here on first down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. That incompletion, Charles, gives me a chance to put you on the clock real quick. NFC teams last year that did not make the playoffs that might make a push this coming year.
Well, three that come to mind right away that we thought were going to be in 2016. Minnesota, remember the start they got off to before that didn't work out so well for them. Arizona, we thought they were a lock to be in the playoffs. In fact, many of us called them Super Bowl contenders. And Carolina, the defending NFC champs going into last season, they didn't make it. So I think that all three could return to former glory. I'm going to give you one way off the pace here. You ready?
Let's go.
The Los Angeles Rams. Ooh. They get the young quarterback going, and that defense continues to live up to expectations. They can make a real strong push in the West.
They've got the D. You're right. They just need the O.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And some room to work. Touchdown!
Defensive front, everyone pressing the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, there's not much help on the backside there.
If you pop through, there's no one back there, and we just witnessed it there. A long sprint to the end zone. Probably looking around wondering, where did everyone go?
So they're going to go for two. Trying to punch it in, Stewart. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for two fails.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean,
whoa.
Yeah, Yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And the kickoff sails out of bounds.
Execute your job.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. Oh, spinning away. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 35 that time. Good enough for a San Diego first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender, but the next wave there to bring him down. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time, and he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level, and he's able to get back on track.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
20. Check.
Now Stewart on first down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation.
And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. He let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The intended target that time was Jonathan Stewart, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. This is Whitaker. Shreds the tackle. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
They come up in an offset eye. They're going to run. This is Stewart. And he's got some space here. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. So it'll be 1st down here after the run.
I like the reasoning. It's too far for a field goal, and it's too short to really get a big field position edge on a punt. Let's go for it. And sure enough, it's the ground game that's able to convert for him on 4th down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have got it on cruise. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Stevie Johnson, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
10 yards to go on 3rd. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. Or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And it's fielded at the 34. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
And that's what friends are for.
Right? As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. They stay on the ground. This time it's Stewart. He won't go down. And some space here. There goes Jonathan Stewart. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that run. Touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he?
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's complete right around the 8. And he will step out of bounds. Oh, what a mistake there. And the two-point try will be unsuccessful. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon. Bring up second. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 390.
From the gun, Rivers. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Antonio Gates, the veteran tight end, was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Coney Ely with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman
trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. It's the safety, Kirk Coleman. And he'll actually wind up losing about 10 yards here, but no matter, they've got the football back. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
But that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, they run with Stewart. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Carolina eating some clock on the ground there, and part of why they were the NFC champs last year, number 2 as a team in the running game.
They played their identity last year. Offensive line, they could move people in the run game. Jonathan Stewart running it. Of course, big Cam Newton could be a short yardage guy. And remember, their head coach, Ron Rivera, a defensive guy. They love to run the football.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Stewart is the lone setback. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he's got room. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And they're going to speed things up here. Well, now they'll try the end around. Muscles him off. Oh, he bowls over him. And some room to roam now. 10 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Panthers. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Jonathan Stewart, his 20th carry. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. They keep it on the ground again to Stewart. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe. Extra on top.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one incomplete. It doesn't matter. We have our final score.
Call it, Babe Ruth ball it.